Liam Lawson's journey in Formula One has always been one of high hopes, raw talent, and inevitable pressure. But nothing could have prepared fans and insiders for the dramatic shakeup now unfolding at Red Bull. In a move that has rattled the entire paddock, Lawson has been shifted from the main stage to the Racing Bulls junior team. Meanwhile, a new contender is stepping up under the bright lights. Yuki Tsunoda will take Lawson's seat on the Red Bull racing team for the Japanese Grand Prix. This isn't just another personnel change, it's a bold recalibration that underscores the fierce demands and unforgiving nature of modern F1. If you want to be in the know about every twist and turn in this unfolding drama, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon right now. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. The decision to reassign Lawson was not taken lightly. Over the past season, Lawson's on-track challenges have been well done, with each qualifying session and race exposing gaps between his immense potential and the razor-thin demands of the RB21. The team's management, led by an ever-watchful Christian Horner, has recognized that while Lawson's raw speed and determination shine through in practice, the pressures of competing on the main grid have started to reveal weaknesses. By moving him to the Racing Bulls junior team, Red Bull is essentially giving Lawson a much-needed reprieve, a chance to recalibrate, develop further, and learn without the immediate pressure of championship points. This strategic decision aims to preserve a promising talent while reassigning a driver whose recent performances have not met the high standards required on the world stage. It's a classic example of a team balancing risk with long-term potential in a sport where every millisecond counts. This bold move has sparked a myriad of reactions among fans and pundits alike. Some see it as a setback for Lawson, while others view it as an opportunity for growth, a moment where a young driver can regroup away from the relentless glare of the top-tier competition. In the high-octane world of Formula One, such decisions are rarely black and white. Instead, they reflect a deeper strategy, nurturing talent without sacrificing immediate results. The shift is emblematic of Red Bull's willingness to adapt and innovate even when it means making tough choices about driver lineups. The restructuring is not a mark of failure, but rather a calculated step towards refining a driver's skills under less pressure, ensuring that when he returns, he'll be even more prepared to meet the challenges head-on. Over the course of recent races, Lawson's performances have been a study in contrasts. At times, he displayed flashes of brilliance that reminded everyone why he was chosen for such an elite team. Yet, more frequently, his struggles to adapt to the intricate demands of the RB21 have been evident. In qualifying sessions, where precision and consistency are paramount, Lawson often found himself a fraction too slow, missing key benchmarks by margins that were too significant to ignore. Each Q1 elimination has not only dented his confidence, but also raised critical questions about whether he was ready to tackle the complexities of a car engineered for the very best. Behind these statistics, there's a more nuanced story. Lawson has openly discussed the steep learning curve he's encountered, acknowledging that the RB21 requires a kind of precision and understanding that goes beyond natural talent. "The window is so small," he admitted in one post-race interview, hinting at the razor-thin margins between success and failure in modern Formula One. It became increasingly clear that while his raw ability was undeniable, the pressure of competing against seasoned veterans was exposing gaps in his technique and adaptability. Rather than allowing these setbacks to tarnish his promising career, Red Bull decided that the best path forward was to shift him to an environment where he could refine his skills away from the unforgiving spotlight of the main grid. This decision is not without its critics, however. Some argue that a young driver should be given every opportunity to learn on the main stage, believing that the pressure is a vital part of the growth process. Yet, others contend that in a sport where every millisecond is scrutinized, the luxury of learning from mistakes without immediate consequences is invaluable. Lawson's move to the junior team is a testament to this latter philosophy, a chance to iron out the kinks and return stronger, more confident, and better prepared to meet the rigorous demands of Formula One. While Lawson steps back to focus on his development, the spotlight now shifts to Yuki Tsunoda, known for his aggressive driving style and an unyielding hunger to prove himself. Tsunoda is being entrusted with a role that comes with enormous expectations. His promotion to the Red Bull racing team is more than just a substitution. It's a statement that the team is ready to embrace a new era of competitiveness and fresh energy. Tsunoda's rise through the ranks has been nothing short of meteoric, and many fans now see him as a driver with the potential to reinvigorate a squad desperate for consistent podiums. At the Japanese Grand Prix, Tsunoda will face a circuit known for its technical challenges and unpredictable conditions. This race offers him not only a chance to showcase his raw talent, but also to solidify his place among the elite drivers in the series. His driving has been characterized by bold overtakes, calculated risks, and a fearless approach that has made him a fan favorite. Yet, as he prepares to take on this responsibility, the pressure is palpable. The expectations are sky high, and every lap will be scrutinized for signs of the potential that got him here in the first place. The transition is smooth in theory, but is fraught with challenges. Tsunoda must adapt quickly to the high-performance demands of the Red Bull Racing team, where split-second decisions can mean the difference between a breakthrough and another missed opportunity. His journey to this point has been punctuated by moments of both brilliance and miscalculation, but his recent form suggests he is more than capable of rising to the occasion. With every turn of the track at Suzuka, the world will be watching to see if he can translate his raw speed into consistent, high-quality performance. The internal decision-making process at Red Bull is a complex blend of performance analytics, strategic foresight, and an unrelenting drive for perfection. With Lawson's struggles becoming increasingly apparent, the team recognized that immediate results were paramount in the fiercely competitive environment of Formula One. The reassignment of Lawson was not a punitive measure, but rather a strategic recalibration, designed to give him the space and time to master the nuances of the RB21. In a sport where every fraction of a second can alter championship standings, the margin for error is virtually non-existent. Inside the Red Bull camp, discussions were candid and intense. Senior figures weighed the benefits of nurturing a young talent in a less pressurized setting against the immediate need for competitive performance. The decision to promote Tsunoda was similarly calculated. His track record, characterized by bold maneuvers and a willingness to push the limits, positioned him as the ideal candidate to fill the void left by Lawson. Red Bull's leadership understood that this reshuffle was more than just a change in driver lineup. It was a declaration of intent, a signal that the team was prepared to evolve in the face of adversity and seize every opportunity for improvement. The strategic shift speaks volumes about the culture at Red Bull. It's a culture that demands both excellence and adaptability. The organization is willing to make hard decisions when necessary, even if it means reassigning a driver with immense potential. In the grand chessboard of Formula One, every move is designed to optimize performance and secure a competitive edge. The reshuffle is a clear indication that, for Red Bull, long-term success is built on both nurturing future talent and making the tough calls required to stay ahead in a rapidly evolving sport. Beyond the boardroom decisions and strategy sessions, the atmosphere in the Red Bull paddock has been electric with anticipation and uncertainty. Team members, engineers, and support staff are all keenly aware that every decision made in the quieter corners of the team has ripple effects on the track. The reassignment of Lawson has been met with mixed emotions. There is sympathy for a young driver whose potential is still undeniable, but also an urgent recognition that the team's competitive fortunes depend on immediate, tangible results. Christian Horner and his colleagues have been at the forefront of these discussions. They understand that every race is a battleground, where innovation, strategy, and raw talent collide. In recent briefings, insiders have hinted at the rigorous evaluations that led to the decision to promote Tsunoda. The move is seen not merely as a reaction to Lawson's recent performances, but as a proactive step to inject the team with fresh dynamism. Within the paddock, there's a palpable sense of determination, a belief that Tsunoda's fearless approach could very well be the catalyst needed to turn the tide in upcoming races. For Lawson, the transition to the Racing Bulls junior team offers a silver lining. It's an opportunity to work in a less pressurized environment, to fine-tune his skills, and to address the technical and psychological challenges that have marred his recent outings. The decision, while controversial, is ultimately rooted in a deep-seated belief in his long-term potential. Red Bull's management is betting that, with the right support and environment, Lawson can return stronger than ever. Meanwhile, Tsunoda must now shoulder the collective hopes of the team and its fervent fanbase, stepping into a role that carries both opportunity and immense responsibility. The reshuffle at Red Bull has stirred a whirlwind of commentary among industry experts and former drivers, many of whom recall similar turning points in their own careers or in the history of the sport. Analysts have pointed out that while Lawson's technical difficulties were well documented, they were also indicative of the steep learning curve that every driver must overcome in Formula One. History is replete with examples of talented drivers who, after facing early setbacks, went on to achieve greatness once given the time and space to develop. Many pundits now view the decision to move Lawson to the junior team as a long-term investment in his potential. The rationale is clear. When the pressure is momentarily lifted, a driver can work on refining techniques, building racecraft, and learning to manage the relentless demands of a top-tier car. In contrast, Tsunoda's promotion is seen as an injection of energy and ambition into the Red Bull racing team, a gamble that could pay off handsomely if he's able to consistently harness his natural speed and aggressive racing instincts. Critics, of course, remain divided. Some argue that removing Lawson from the main stage might stunt his growth, while others counter that every driver needs an environment tailored to their developmental stage. The consensus among many experts is that the split is both necessary and inevitable in a sport where the margin for error is so minuscule. They assert that Red Bull's decision reflects a broader understanding of the dynamics at play in modern motorsport, where strategic reshuffles can be as critical as on-track maneuvers. By aligning their driver lineup with both current performance demands and future potential, Red Bull is setting the stage for what could be a defining moment in the championship battle. As the calendar shifts toward the Japanese Grand Prix, the tension in the lead-up is almost palpable. Suzuka, with its mix of fast corners, challenging chicanes, and a history of producing unforgettable moments, provides the perfect arena for a dramatic turn of events. For Yuki Tsunoda, the Japanese GP represents a critical juncture, a race where every move on the circuit will be under the microscope. It's a high-stakes test not only of his skill behind the wheel, but also of his mental fortitude in adapting to the elevated expectations of Red Bull racing. The race itself is anticipated to be a cauldron of high-pressure decisions and razor-sharp competitiveness. Tsunoda will have to navigate complex track layouts and variable weather conditions, all while contending with the enormous pressure that comes with representing a team known for its relentless pursuit of perfection. The stakes couldn't be higher. Every lap he completes will be analyzed for evidence that he can shoulder the mantle left by Lawson. And while his promotion is seen as a leap forward, it is also a trial by fire, a moment where his every weakness and strength will be laid bare for the world to see. For Lawson, the road ahead is equally challenging, though on a different trajectory. Now back in the Racing Bulls junior team, he is afforded the time to learn, adjust, and rebuild his confidence. Away from the immediate glare of the main grid, Lawson can focus on refining his technique, working with mentors and engineers in a less pressurized environment. This period of recalibration is crucial, one that might eventually set the stage for a triumphant return to the upper echelons of the sport. The contrasting paths of these two drivers underscore the relentless and unforgiving nature of Formula One, a world where every decision is a balance between nurturing potential and demanding instant results. In the end, the reshuffling of Red Bull's driver lineup is much more than just a personnel change. It's a bold reimagining of strategy in a sport where every fraction of a second counts. Liam Lawson's move to the Racing Bulls junior team is not an end, but rather a temporary retreat, a calculated pause that could eventually lead to a more refined, resilient, and even more competitive driver. Meanwhile, Yuki Tsunoda's ascension to the main Red Bull racing team signals a fresh start, a new chapter brimming with potential, raw energy, and the promise of daring overtakes and breakthrough moments. As the Japanese Grand Prix looms on the horizon, all eyes will be on Suzuka, where the ultimate test awaits. Will Tsunoda be able to harness his aggressive style to deliver a performance that not only meets but exceeds the soaring expectations of his team? And can Lawson, away from the crushing pressures of the top grid, transform his early setbacks into the building blocks of future success? In this high-stakes arena, every lap, every pit stop, and every decision carries the weight of legacy and ambition. Before we wrap up this exploration of a pivotal moment in Formula One history, remember to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss an update on these unfolding developments. With every race, the drama intensifies, and the stories behind the scenes become as thrilling as the battles on the track. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a newcomer to the sport, this is one saga you'll want to follow closely. The reshuffle at Red Bull is a vivid reminder that in Formula One, change is the only constant. As teams continuously adapt to new challenges and drivers evolve under unyielding pressure, the sport remains a relentless pursuit of perfection. Lawson's journey is far from over, and Tsunoda's moment in the spotlight is just beginning. In a world where every decision can change the course of history, the road ahead promises excitement, suspense, and moments that will be remembered for years to come. Stay tuned and keep your eyes on the track, because the next chapter in this high-octane saga could redefine the destinies of these rising stars and set the stage for an unforgettable season in Formula One.